Hello, everyone. Today's Saturday, and you know what that means. Saturday is Saturday, and Saturday is Saturday. Say hi, OJ. Hi, OJ. Okay, go. So I wanted to start the video off with something positive, although I'm gonna pay for that. My heart is gonna make me pay for that later. But like everybody else, I figured I would give my opinion on this whole Faye Valentine controversy. To which, to sort of sum up things, I have no sympathy for the actress, and I will go into a detailed explanation as to why, right? Because she has run her mouth on I think it was Instagram or something, or Snapchat, one of those things where you just do like a very short video, like a minute or so, right? But she has lashed out at fans, and I will play the video and then I'll respond to it. And now, of course, the fans are sort of calling her out and pretty much giving her what for. For which I say, honey, you brought it upon yourself. But before I get into that, I hope everybody's doing well. I've actually spent the bulk of my day doing very boring chores like ironing clothes, and I still have other things to do. So I'm just taking some time to sort of, I guess, give myself a mental break, right? So that's all that. So I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a crazy week for me. As I said, I'm not exactly in the best of moods given what's what just what's been going on, right? Both in the world currently and in the past, and what's coming up with 9/11 and everything. And of course, it was around this time that Aaliyah passed away. So yeah, not exactly happy feels at the moment, but I hope everybody is well, right? As the saying goes, this too shall pass. But let's get into the crux of the video, which is the controversy over not just the changes to Faye's costume in the live action version of Cowboy Bebop, but now comments that the actress Danielle, I think her name is Danielle or Daniella Pineda, has made as regards people's reaction to it. Right? She has been very, very salty. I'm going to play the clip, and then I'm going to play it again and respond to the various uh, erroneous arguments that she makes in her little minute-long tirade. And then I'm going to come back to this image and sort of give my opinion on the differences between the live action costume and, of course, the original costume, which this cosplay is a great recreation of, and it's gone in like a lot of different directions. So I'm going to be addressing a few different things. For the sake of brevity, I won't be able to show all the tweets, but as always, if you're interested in the tweets will be in the description. So let's get into it, right? So I'm going to play the clip. I hope it plays at least, right? So this is from Snapchat or Insta, one of those things, right? And I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to respond to it. So excuse me.
Hey guys! So as you know, our Cowboy Bebop first look dropped today, which was so exciting. And I just wanted to address a couple of things that sort of keep coming up in the comments amongst fans. First, I wanted to apologize to the fans that I did not anatomically match the Faye Valentine
Of course it wants to freeze.
character. 6 foot double D-size breast, 2-inch waist. They looked D-size breast, 2-inch waist. They looked
Why does it keep doing it?
everywhere for that woman, and they couldn't find her. It's kind of weird. So they just went with my short ass. I know. Am I right? There was talk about like, can we put Daniella in a time machine and maybe give her different parents so she has different genetic information to sort of make her look better? it proved to be too complicated. And the other thing I wanted to bring up was I want to apologize that the outfit I'm wearing is not exactly what she wears in the anime. You know, we tried, but doing stunts in tissue paper, things disappear, they rip, sometimes just got anyway, like I was saying, that original costume just got anyway, like I was saying, that original costume.
This is what I have to deal with. I apologize.
They made a couple of them, but like I said, they got sort of slurped up in my various crevices, never to be retrieved again. So we needed to really build something that could withstand the test of time. So just, you know.
Alright, so that seems to be it. I apologize for the very broken way. This is what I have to deal with. It's probably another storm coming. We've been getting hit with rainy weather, and naturally that impacts the internet. So I'll try to play it again and respond to it. And of course, you know, this will be in the links too if you want to watch it on your own. So again, I apologize for the poor playback, but this is, you know, beyond me. Watch again.
Hey guys! So as you know, our Cowboy Bebop first look dropped today, which was so exciting. And I just wanted to address a couple of things that sort of keep coming up in the comments amongst fans. First, I wanted to apologize to the fans that I did not anatomically match the Faye Valentine character.
Honey, nobody was asking you to anatomically match the Faye Valentine character. You're an actress. You work in Hollywood. We're all aware of the fact that there are various things that they can put in your costume, right? There are various angles they can record you from to make you appear to be something you are not. So the disingenuous apology, my dear, is unnecessary and insulting.
6 foot double D size breast.
Faye is not anywhere near 6 foot tall. Faye is 5'6". You are 5'5". Height is not an issue. Also, I don't know how large her chest is. It's not something I ever worried about. But she's obviously shown to be a bit top heavy in the original. But here's the thing, my dear. They could easily put in padding, right, in your top, or record you in various ways to make you look more endowed than perhaps you naturally are. And let's be honest, honey, woman to woman, we all know how to make the girls look bigger and how to make them look smaller. So again, that's no excuse. Continue it.
Inch waist. You know, they looked everywhere for that woman and they couldn't find her. It's kind
the implication that a woman with a small waist and a big chest and who's only around 5'5" or 5'6" doesn't exist. I suggest you get out more.
kind of weird. So they just went with my short ass. I know. Am I right? You know, there was talk about, like, can we put Daniella in a time machine and maybe give her different parents? So
I haven't heard anybody bring your ethnicity into question until now. You're the first person to mention it from what I've seen. But since you want to go there, Miss Pineda, let's go there. Actually, yes, your ethnicity could be considered a problem because, see, Faye is Asian. Faye is from Singapore. You're not. You are Latina. You are Mexican American. And that's perfectly fine. But again, if we're talking about accuracy and representation, well then, shouldn't they have cast an Asian actress instead of you? A young Asian actress looking for her big break, or looking for the work, I should say, that leads to her big break, aren't we supposed to be leaning into, Asian representation? They could have had an Asian lead, right? Because John Cho is playing Spike. And I think actually, ethnicity aside, because Spike never looks Asian in the original anime. But out of like the three characters, right, in the Netflix adaptation, he's the one. The 50-year-old Asian man is the one who actually looks the most like the character he's supposed to be playing, despite being a different ethnicity and about what 20, 25 some years older. Because Spike, I think, is about 27 in the original work. So interestingly enough, but they could have had a young Asian actress play the female lead, and on top of that, be a sex symbol, which is not something you often see when it comes to Asian actors and actresses in American media, right? Most roles for Asians, generally speaking, tend to be either the nerd or the warrior. It's not too often. I'm not saying never. Lucy Liu, for example, in the Charlie's Angels films, but you don't often see Asian women being depicted as these sirens or these very sexy type of characters. So yeah, since you want to bring up ethnicity, let's go there. You, by accepting this role, by auditioning for and accepting it, you took a role away from a young Asian actress who needed it. Same way that in the 2021 Mortal Kombat film, back in April, they for some odd reason decided to cast Melina, who, like her sister Kitana, was randomly race selected to be Asian in Mortal Kombat 11, right? They decided to cast a black woman as the violent flesh-eating savage. So they took a role from an Asian woman in that one, and they put a black person in a stereotypically offensive role. So, honey, if you really want to go there about how your ethnicity actually might be problematic, I can go there. I don't like to go there. I don't want to go there because most of the time I don't care. But since you're going to bring it up, let's go there.
She has different genetic information to sort of make her look better. It proved to be too complicated. And the other thing I wanted to bring up was I want to apologize that the outfit I'm wearing is not exactly what she wears in the anime. We tried.
Here's the thing, honey. Here's the thing. Since we're going to talk about the outfit now. The problem with the outfit, because here's the way I see it. I look at her in this outfit, and I think, oh, that's a cool outfit based on Faye. Like if she were an original character, or if I didn't know she was meant to play Faye Valentine, I would think, oh, cool outfit. Faye, it's based on Faye. Faye is an influence and an inspiration. I would never think though that she's meant to actually play Faye. But since we're going to talk about the costume, right? While I disagree with changing up the costume, let's discuss a few things here. First of all, how do I put it? My biggest issue with it, given that now this is supposed to be Faye's outfit, is actually just how dark it is, right? The colors are all washed out. They're super dark, right? In the original version, which is depicted here by this cosplayer, right? Faye's outfit pops. It's colorful, right? The red and the yellow stand out, right? The nude stockings are kind of like faded, not faded, but they don't really pop visually because they're supposed to blend in with her legs, with her skin tone, right? But then the darkest part is probably just the purple hair, right, which has this nice sheen to it in the cosplay photo, right? But the main colors Faye is associated with is red, yellow, and purple, right? Your outfit in comparison is simply way too dark, and it's not just a matter of the lighting. The red jacket is entirely too dark. Even the top, which is the most visually noticeable thing, is still way too dark. It looks more of an orangey tone. The hair is hardly noticeable here, but maybe that's because it looks like this is happening in some sort of jazz club or whatever. Plus, you have this purple background behind her, so maybe the color's being washed out. And then you have the lower part of the outfit, which is not yellow. It's not even bright. It's black. It looks nice, but it's black, and then if you see a full body shot of her, right, even the stockings, the leggings, are black. So it's not a bad design, but it's not something that Faye Valentine would ever wear in the work itself. The whole point is that she's the literal pop of color, at least until Edward comes, right? She's the pop of color in this very dark, drab world that Spike and Jet live in. Remember, Jet and Spike typically wear these dark blues, right? It's much more subdued color. And then here comes Faye, the classic femme fatale character, with her red lipstick and her yellow and red outfit, literally being the pop of color in their lives. So here's the thing: your outfit is simply inaccurate. It's not necessarily bad or ugly looking, but it's inaccurate. And you're dealing with nerds, okay? And I say that with all of the affection in the world. I'm a nerd too. Okay? But nerds are going to notice things like this. They're going to notice drastic changes to an established iconic design for the character. Same way fans are noticing and calling out how Spike's pistol in the Netflix version is not the right gun. Spike apparently in the manga and the anime uses an entirely different gun, and he's using a different one in the Netflix version, and fans are upset about that. So if the fans are going to get upset about a different gun, then of course they're going to have words and have criticisms for your costume. It's not a bad costume. It's simply not something Faye would wear. And also, honey, if you are going to complain about, the outfit, it gets lost in all the crevices of my body, right? You're going to act like, I can't wear tissue paper. Well, then, honey, this you? This you? I think it's you, right? This fundamentally is no different than what Faye wears. And you're obviously moving in this cowboy boots and everything. So, again, how is this a problem? You're willing to wear this. This is fine, right? You can move in this, but you're gonna run your little mouth about how this was tissue paper, or rather the original, I should say, the original costume, right? The original outfit is tissue paper, and you can't wear that, and all this other silliness. So you may want to stop now, my dear Miss Pineda, right? Because what you're doing is like your big mouth is writing checks your dumbass cannot cash. Stop while you're ahead.
But doing stunts in tissue paper, things disappear, they rip. Sometimes it just got. Anyway, like I was.
Okay, here's the thing, honey. Again, when it comes to stunts, right? You can obviously move in this. This isn't too bad, right? You can move just as well in this, but let's be honest, honey. You're not going to be doing the majority of your own stunts. Trained stunt women will. They know how to do stunts in difficult clothing, right? That's what they do. They have to look like the actor or actress they are standing in for. So believe me, they'll figure out a way to make the costume work. What, do you think that it's easy to do stunts in your outfit? Right? What, do you think it's easy to do stunts in this tight jacket? That's gonna make it more difficult to move your arms. Even pro wrestlers don't keep their actual ring jackets on. They take it off so they can fight. Do you think it's gonna be easy to do stunts in these tight, high waisted pants? Is that gonna be easy? No, but it's not something you're gonna have to worry about too much now, is it? Because you're not gonna be doing the bulk of your stunts, right? And speaking of stunts, since she brings it up, right? Since she brings it up, here's my answer to that. Because this was something Mundane Matt brought up, I should say. And I saw a tweet of his floating around the internet. Because people were posting images of cosplay, as you see here. And he's going, well, yeah, you can pose in that, but you can't do stunts in that. To those making that argument, Right? Faye's outfit, first of all, is fundamentally no different than this. This is pretty much the same thing MMA fighters wear. Right? Crop top, shorts. That's it. They can fight in it, you can do stunts in it. But if you're really that concerned about making sure the material doesn't rip or doesn't move in places where it shouldn't be, I present to you, or rather, damn it, hold up. I present to you, come on, load. Load already. I want to stare at somebody more attractive than this bratty girl. Come on. Load already. If you don't load, I'm gonna start singing. And nobody wants to hear that. Thank you. I present to you professional wrestling. In particular, represented here by the lovely, the beautiful, the oh so cute Kairi Sane, the pirate princess. You see how Kairi's main ring outfit here, you see, the tights, the shorts, and the top are fundamentally no different than Faye's original outfit here, right? Let me try to move these two together. Right? Crop top, shorts. Crop top, shorts. So, if it's that much of an issue, contact Vince McMahon. Ask him where the ladies go to get their ring gear made. Or hell, call Sasha Banks. Her husband literally makes wrestling ring gear. He's probably no doubt made a few of hers. Right? So if it's that much of an issue, if you're really concerned about whether or not the outfit would, tear or move or get lost in your crevices and all that, professional wrestling provides the answer. That's all you gotta do. And it's quite literally all you gotta do. Just ask someone in the business who makes the costumes to make a Faye Valentine costume. Do you think they're gonna turn down money from Netflix? No. So that is completely out the window. That's not a problem. Okay? So let's stop. Let's stop with all of that, right? Now, here's the thing. I personally have no sympathy when it comes to Miss Pineda at this point, and I'll explain why. Because she brought this upon herself. The original arguments, the original complaints were about changes to the costume. They were not about her initially. She made it about herself. She literally attributed every criticism back to herself. Like, oh, I'm too short. I'm not endowed enough. I'm the wrong ethnicity. Me, 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 me. Daniella. Right? It wasn't about you, Daniella. Until now. Now it's about you. Because you made it about you. Because you decided that you just had to be at the center of all this. The original criticisms were about the costume. They were not about you. Nobody gave a damn about who you were or what you thought until now. But you had to run your big mouth. So now it is about you. But here's the thing. I know of at least 3 adaptations that were not 100% accurate to the original work that were still well received and beloved by their respective fan bases. I'll go over them. Number 1, Ian McKellen, or rather I should say Sir Ian McKellen, as Magneto in the early X-Men films, right? If you've ever seen Magneto in the comics, you know that he basically has the body of like a heavyweight pro wrestler, like a heavyweight boxer, like big, strong, giant muscles, right? He's like the Silver Fox of comics, right? He has this, large and intimidating, imposing build, which, with all due respect to Sir McKellen, he doesn't have. He's never had that type of intimidating, imposing appearance. It's not accurate to the comics to cast him. He was still cast. And people came to love his take on Magneto because of his acting. Another one, uh, Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano, right? When she appeared last year in season 2 of Mando, right? Of the Mandalorian. Many people, myself included, were critical of the costume changes, in particular the headpiece, right? Because Ahsoka is supposed to have these very tall head tails and head horns. Have these very tall head horns and very long head tails because she's supposed to be in her mid-40s in Mando. And according to Star Wars lore about the particular alien race she is, which is a Togruta, I believe it's called, right? As they get older, the head horns go up, the head tails grow down. This was even proven by Star Wars Rebels, where she's depicted as an adult in her early 30s, right? Her head horns were a lot taller, head tails were a lot longer. So there were fans who were familiar with her depiction in these particular works who were expecting that. And then when you actually see her, she looks close to the way she did in season 7 Clone Wars, especially with this smaller headpiece, right? That was a criticism. And then also there was criticism in how she held a lightsaber. Imagine this is a lightsaber, okay? I can't show an actual weapon, right? Typically, right, a lightsaber is held, like this, right? But Ahsoka typically holds it backwards, right? She uses a reverse grip. That wasn't prominently shown. It didn't appear too often until the very end in that episode, right? But these are ultimately minor criticisms, which are going to happen when you're dealing with a passionate, nerdy fan base. They're going to notice everything that is different or somehow inaccurate. And guess what? She won fans over. There was near universal praise for Rosario Dawson's acting as Ahsoka. So a lot of people, myself included, put those criticisms about the costuming aside because ultimately it's a minor issue, right? The most important thing was, could she embody the character? Because it was obvious she looked just like her, or rather Ahsoka looked just like her, right? But could Rosario bring the character to life in live action? She did. That's all people cared about, and now they're working on a Ahsoka Tano spin-off series, right? So there's that. That's example 2. And here's example 3, which is probably the most drastic, which is the 1995 Mortal Kombat film. Now, if you're asking what do you mean, think about it. That film is, at best, a very loose adaptation of the first Mortal Kombat game. When it comes to the characters' outfits, right, when you compare them to how they're depicted in game, with the exception of Scorpion and Sub-Zero, absolutely no one is dressed the way they should be when it comes to the game. I'll give a few examples. The most obvious one probably is Shang, right? Shang is young, or at least a lot younger, right? I think Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa was what, in his 40s? I think in his earlier mid-40s when he did that film, right? Shang in the first Mortal Kombat game is an old man, right? He didn't get his youth restored until Mortal Kombat 2. So if they were trying to be accurate to the games, casting a man who was literally 30 some odd years younger was not it. What of course is funny is that things have sort of come full circle, and now Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa plays Shang both as the younger man and the older guy from the original game in Mortal Kombat 11, given that Hiroyuki Tagawa is now himself, I think somewhere in his 70s or near it. So he's finally become the old man that that he was originally supposed to play, right? But now both versions of him exist in the same game. Funny how life turns out, right? But or look at Liu Kang, right? Liu in the first 2 games, doesn't have long hair, and he's certainly not wearing a flimsy white T-shirt. He wouldn't even get a T-shirt as a costume option until Mortal Kombat 4, which is no doubt a nod to the film, right? He wouldn't even get the long hair until Mortal Kombat 3. The only accurate part of his outfit was the black pants. That was literally it. And the end fight with Shank when he finally loses the shirt. That's literally it. His outfit isn't accurate either. Johnny's outfit isn't accurate. Johnny has never fought in in a button-down shirt, slacks, and dress shoes. Sonya's outfit isn't accurate, right? Sonya typically wears a green top and these green leggings. In the film, it's this black tank top and these black shorts, similar to what Pineda's wearing here. Same thing with Kano, right? Kano, especially in the earlier games, had this white shirt with kind of like a metal bandolier, these white pants, no shoes. In the film, he's shirtless, black pants, boots. Right? No one's costume in that in that film, was accurate to the games. And nobody cared. Hell, Princess Kitana was shown unmasked and in black. That woman has never worn black a day in her life. Her signature color has always been blue, and people did not know what she looked like for the most part at that time. The film came out in '95, so you only had 3 games to draw from, and she'd only been in 1 by that point. So yeah, they took a lot of liberties. It's a very loose adaptation, but it's a beloved adaptation because while it's a very loose take, it's accurate. Excuse me. Sorry, as I was saying, it's accurate where it needs to be, right? And the things that make it interesting, the fight scenes, are amazing. And that's why it has been beloved by the actors who played in it and by the fans for 30 plus years. It wasn't perfect, it wasn't accurate, but it did what it did well. And that's all fans were asking for. That is why it is still beloved and a cult classic among MK fans to this day. They also did not create an original character and minimize Liu Kang. Liu was still the hero. He didn't get pushed into the background with freaking Kung Lao. Right? Yes, I'm still salty about the 2021 film. I always will be. Right? But that's the thing. And I bring these examples up as proof that a less than accurate portrayal can still win over audiences and win over fans if the portrayal is good, if it hits the key core elements, and most importantly, if you don't antagonize your fans. Because here's the thing, with this stupid little minute in like 13 seconds of her being salty, she has now created something that was not there initially, which was animosity toward her, right? Now she has created this barrier between herself and the audience, right? Because the audience, at least some of the audience, probably would have been, I don't like the costume, but let me give the actress a chance. Maybe she can do a really good thing, or maybe I'll like her take on it, even if it's not super accurate. But now, because you have, like everyone else in Hollywood in the past 5 to 7 years, you've insulted the fans needlessly simply for having opinions. Guess what? Now you have made them angry. Now you have hurt them. Now you have created this barrier between you and the fans. Now the fans who may have given you a chance are going to rescind that goodwill, right? The fans who may have been willing to overlook the costume inaccuracies are now going to double down even harder on those issues, all because you pissed them off and you insulted them, Miss Pineda, for absolutely no reason. What you should have done was one of 2 things. Either address their criticisms respectfully and tell them that, hey, I get it, we made some changes, not everybody's comfortable with it, give us a chance. Or, probably the better thing, don't say a damned word and let the finished product, let the acting, let the work speak for itself. But instead, you had to go and open your mouth. There's a saying, I think it's by Mark Twain. It goes something to the effect of, it is better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. You opened your mouth and you removed all doubt, right, as to whether or not you are somebody who will needlessly antagonize fans. Now everybody knows what you think of fans and how you treat fans and how you address fans who are critical of something that initially was not even about you. That's the crazy thing. It wasn't about you initially, Daniella. It was saying, "Hey, we want a cosplay-esque costume. We want something accurate to the work, not something that is making all these changes." You decided to opine upon it without knowing what the issues were. And now you've made a fool of yourself, right? And now there are tweets from wannabe fans talking about like, I'm a super fan and I don't care what Faye looks like, or I'm a super fan and Radical Edward is non-binary. It's like, fool, Ed says she's female. Ed literally says it. Just because she goes by the name Edward doesn't mean she's non-binary or a man or anything else. That's like arguing that because my name is John in French and I have short hair that I'm a guy. I'm not. Stupid, 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 stupid things are now rising up out of this. All because you had to run your big flippin' mouth. And you wonder why the internet, or at least fans of the series, are coming out against you, are razzing you, are bringing up things. Which one is it? Like this. This is why. This is why. People wouldn't be looking to embarrass you now if you hadn't have run your mouth. But you did, and you're getting exactly what you deserve, Miss Pineda. Right? As the saying goes, right? As the saying goes, if you don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. This didn't have to be a big issue. This didn't have to involve you. But you wanted it to involve you. So now, my dear, you're involved. Have fun. But anyway, that's the video. Please let me know what you think. Oh, and before I close out, I also want to give a shout out to Tristan of Nerdette's Newsstand. I think she did a very great video about this. I disagree with her on nearly everything about it, but I still think that she made a great argument in defense of Miss Pineda. So I would definitely recommend that video, and it will be linked in the description. All right, but here's the thing. Tristan's a sweetheart. I'm not. Tristan is sympathetic to your plight, Miss Pineda. I'm not. You brought it upon yourself. Don't come crying to me. See you around, Space Cowgirl. But anyway, really now, this time. That's the video. Please let me know what you think, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good day and night wherever you are. Bye.